Tonight, when you open your phone, you are going to see a red dot. Maybe it is on a message, an app, or a number, and without thinking, you will tap it. That is the strange part. You may be tired, you may be bored, you may not care what is inside, but some older part of your brain will still want to know. Because for most of human history, a small signal like that was not meaningless. A flash of color, a sudden movement, a face looking at you, a sound in the grass. These things mattered. They could mean food, danger, approval, rejection, or being left behind. For hundreds of thousands of years, attention was not entertainment. Attention was survival. And then, very recently, the modern world learned how to fake importance. The red notification, the infinite feed, the processed snack, the headline, the number beside your name. Each one speaks to a part of the brain that is much older than the world it now lives in. And the disturbing thing is this: your brain is not weak. It is working as designed. It was designed for a world that no longer exists. The clearest way to understand this starts with a baby gull. In the 20th century, Dutch biologist Nico Tinbergen studied herring gull chicks. A chick pecks at a red spot on its parent's yellow beak. That red spot is instruction. Peck here, food comes. Then Tinbergen made fake beaks, and sometimes the chick pecked harder at the fake object than the real parent. The fake thing became more powerful than the real thing. Scientists call this a supernormal stimulus. An artificial version of something can become more compelling than the thing nature built us for. A chick evolved to follow a useful signal, but the lab created a signal that was too perfect. That is not just a bird story. That is modern life. A berry is sweet. A soft drink is sweeter. A real social victory feels good. A feed of approval is more concentrated. A campfire story is interesting. Short videos are bottomless. The world is now full of red sticks. Brighter than the beak, sweeter than the fruit, louder than the warning, more flattering than the tribe. And your brain keeps pecking. Not because it is foolish, because once the signal meant something. For most of human history, sugar was rare. Calories were not guaranteed. Fat was not a guilty pleasure, it was a survival clue. So the craving was not a flaw, it was protection. But the supermarket is not the forest. In the old world, if you wanted sugar, you had to find fruit. You had to climb, pick, chew, digest fiber, and stop when the fruit ran out. The modern world removed every pause. Food became softer, sweeter, cheaper, faster, and engineered to be eaten quickly. In 2019, researcher Kevin Hall and his team found that people ate about 500 extra calories a day on highly processed food, even when nobody told them to overeat. Same humans, different environment. That is the key. The body did not suddenly become worse. The world became better at bypassing it. Fullness signals evolved for food with friction. Modern food removed the friction. And the same thing happened to attention. Your attention system evolved when new information was expensive. If something changed, you looked. A branch snapping, a face turning away, a shadow near the trees. The brain is always asking one question: what happens next? In the 1990s, Wolfram Schultz and other researchers studied dopamine in monkeys. At first, dopamine rose when the monkey received juice, but once a cue predicted the juice, the response shifted. It fired at the cue, not the reward. That matters, because dopamine is not just about pleasure, it is about possibility. The brain does not only chase what feels good, it chases the sign that something good might come. That is why the next swipe can feel stronger than what you find. Most posts are nothing. Most clips are forgettable. Most notifications do not matter, but every so often, one does. A message from the right person, a clip that makes you laugh, a number that makes you feel seen. The reward is not constant, it is uneven. And uneven reward is one of the hardest patterns for the brain to leave alone. B.F. Skinner showed this long ago. Unpredictable rewards keep animals pressing a lever. A slot machine is built around this. So is a feed. Then came one of the quietest inventions in the history of attention: infinite scroll. Before infinite scroll, pages stopped. You had to click next, and that tiny pause gave your brain a chance to ask, am I still doing this? Infinite scroll erased the question. There was no next page. There was only more. The old brain evolved to search until the patch was empty. The berry bush ended. The trail ended. Modern feeds do not end. So the ancient foraging loop keeps going. Only now, it is not looking for berries. It is looking for a feeling. And the most powerful feeling is not pleasure, it is social importance. Humans are not casually social, we are dangerously social. For a human living in a small group, social information was survival information. Who trusts you? Who is angry? Who has status? These were not petty concerns. Being disliked could mean losing food, protection, mating chances, and warnings about danger. So the brain became obsessed with faces, tone, reputation, approval, and rejection. But the old world had limits. You did not compare yourself with 10,000 people. You compared yourself with the people around you. You had a village-sized mirror. Now, you have an infinite one. Social media gives you the emotional signals of intimacy without the relationship. A stranger cries, gets attacked, shows you their body, their holiday, their grief. Your brain tries to place them somewhere. Friend, rival, threat, ally, witness, but there is no real place to put them, so they accumulate, not as relationships, as noise with faces, and faces are hard for the brain to ignore. That is why modern tiredness feels strange. Many people are not tired because they hunted, carried, climbed, built, or escaped. They are tired because they filtered messages, opinions, fake threats, fake opportunities, and strangers they will never meet. The body sits still. The brain travels through 1,000 tiny alarms. Modern life keeps asking for ancient reactions to artificial signals. Want this? Fear that. Eat more. Watch one more. And the strangest part is that none of this required anyone to be evil. A food company wants food to taste good. An app wants people to keep using it. A news company wants the headline to be noticed. Each invention solves one problem. Then all of them arrive together inside the same nervous system. And that nervous system is old. Not stupid, old. It is looking for food in abundance, status in a crowd, danger in uncertainty, connection in faces. The tragedy is not that the brain fails modern life. It is that modern life succeeds too well at speaking the brain's oldest language. A gull chick pecking at a red stick is not broken. It is responding to a signal that should have meant food. A person losing an hour to a glowing rectangle is not a different species. They are responding to signals that once meant something close to survival. So tonight, when you open your phone and see the red dot, remember what it really is. It is not just a notification. It is a tiny artificial signal aimed at an ancient animal. A signal your brain was built to obey long before screens, cities, supermarkets, or manufactured importance. Your brain was not built for modern life, but modern life was built for your brain. Not the thoughtful part, not the wise part, the older part, the part that still believes the next thing might be the thing that matters. And every night, when your thumb moves one more time across the glass, that ancient part of you is still searching the dark. Not because it is foolish, because once, long before the screen, searching was how it stayed alive.